What's up, everybody? Jack Farr here on behalf of Box to Box Football. I'm joined by James, and somewhat a figure of a little bit of controversy maybe on this channel is always the topic of Mohamed Salah. Now, he's recently kind of created some controversy for himself, actually. Mo Salah's contract with Liverpool Football Club is up in the summer of 2023, meaning that we are kind of getting into the last 18 months or so of that current deal. He basically came up recently because as contracts get closer and closer to expiring, the conversations start happening. Well, what's going to happen? Are you going to sign a new deal? You're going to move on? Salah said in this GQ article, I want to stay, but it's not in my hands. It's in their hands. They know what I want. I'm not asking for crazy stuff. He then goes on to say, the thing is, when you ask for something, they show you they can give you something because they appreciate what you did for the club. I've been here for my 5th year now. I know the club very well. I love the fans love me. But with the administration, they've been told the situation, it's in their hands. Now, the reason why I think this is so fascinating is because I think the immediate reaction that everybody will have in their heads is, this is Mo Salah, just give him what he wants, give him the contract. And where I want to open up the conversation here a little more, James, is if you're Liverpool Football Club and you've had arguably the best player in the world right now, okay, playing at your football club, to me, he's playing his best ever football as of this season, I would argue, right? And you've got him on the wage you've got him on now. When this contract expires, James, Mo Salah is going to be 31 years old. Now, again, we've seen Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Cristiano Ronaldo. We've seen plenty of players play to their mid-30s, even into their late 30s at a very, very high level. My question is, if Mo Salah wants top of the Premier League money, which, let's be honest, he deserves and he should be owed, is that something you're going to do and want to give him? Like, are we saying that Mo Salah is going to get even better when he's in to 31 through to 35 or so? Because I'm just not so sure that's the case. I think this conversation is a lot harder of a conversation than just pay Mo Salah, it's fine. I don't think it works that way.
Jack, there's a double-edged sword with this right now, and there's two conversations, right. As you mentioned, that there's two conversations to have. The first one is I find it disrespectful that Mo Salah has to come out and say that he's worth this much, because we all know what Mo Salah is worth. We've seen what he's done for Liverpool for the last 4 or 5 years, and we can talk about what Mo Salah has been to Liverpool on the pitch because it's already set in stone. This guy is going to leave Liverpool and going to be arguably one of the greatest top 10 players of all time. And when you
if he's not already there.
Exactly. When you talk about a Liverpool all-time 11, Jamie Carragher already said this. He will be in that Liverpool starting 11. Next year, you're Ian Rushes, you're Steven Gerrard, you're Kenny Dalglish. Mo Salah has put himself on that pedestal. But I have to look at Liverpool right now, and I kind of understand if they're a bit reluctant to give Mo Salah what he wants. You know what? I'm an Arsenal fan, Jack, and Arsenal have kind of been bitten.
We know where this is going.
by two signings, two big contracts. Is at the time it made sense. We first gave Mesut Ozil a big deal, and of course he was worth every penny because he was playing out of his skin. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, you know what he did for us at the time, yeah. But when you look at what happened afterwards, you're thinking, wow, why give them why give these players the money? But at the time they were worth the money. Maybe Liverpool are looking at it from that point of view, be like, okay, like the guy is turning 31, should we give him that deal? You know, what happens if, let's say, a year time or like 2 years time, he loses his feet completely, and it just kind of goes downhill and they're stuck with this big contract?
If they tear up the current deal in replacement of another 4-year deal, so that he's going to be like 33, 32 maybe if he gets sold, but 33 by the time, then I'd be like, okay, fair. It's what I think is, business is cruel, very cruel. Okay, no one's going to try and argue anything apart from that. Okay, Liverpool have got one of the best deals in the league by having Salah on the money he's currently on. He's probably the best player in the Premier League right now. I think that would be fair to say, or almost hands down at this point, right? So you've got him for the money you've got him on now. When you pay somebody money for a future contract, it's not paying them for what they've done, because what they've done doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they've done. The nice thing would be, for what you've done for this football club, we're going to pay you a little extra, a little bonus here, a little perk there, etc., etc. That's not the way these football clubs work. They give contracts based on what they're going to do now and in the near future. And to really extend it out, do you go back to every single legend every club has ever had, and just because there's not as much money in football as there is now, there is before, and you go, hey, we'll give you some extra money, thanks for all your service? It's based on what you're going to do in the future. And I just wonder at this point, and also, James, this might be a bit silly. You might think this is kind of funny. If I'm vindicated in my view that they think, oh, you know what? I think that Salah is just kind of benefiting from what Jurgen Klopp does here. I think that if we brought in a Kylian Mbappe, who we could put a bunch of money towards, right? If we brought in... If we brought in a Federico Chiesa, right, or somebody of that nature on that right-hand side, they could do a similar job. They're younger. They might not need that much money. Are those kind of thoughts going to creep into the Liverpool hierarchy's thoughts? I don't know.
I don't think that Liverpool can replace Mo Salah, Jack. I generally do believe, in my opinion, Mo Salah is one of the most irreplaceable players in the world. He's I won't say he's on the Messi and Ronaldo level. No one's on the Messi and like Ronaldo level. But when it comes of like the goals and what he brings overall to this Liverpool team, I can't think of another player in the world, bar the world beaters of a Kylian Mbappe, that can actually replace Salah right now.
But James, so where's his contract? If everything you say is true, and James, I am not disagreeing with you. I think you're absolutely spot on. I think he's the best player in the league. I think he should have top 3 players in the league type money. I totally agree with you. But if that is the case, what we're saying and we're agreeing on here, where's his contract? Because it's been a long time. These conversations have been going on a while.
But you must understand that Liverpool ain't a Manchester United. Liverpool ain't a Man City. You look at like the way Liverpool players are paid. You don't look at them as having like the craziest wage bill of, oh yeah, they got players on 400, 300, 500. They have a good wage bill. You know, players are on good money. Don't get it twisted. It's not like they're underpaid, but It's not a crazy wage bill. And I think Liverpool are going to look at it from this point of view. If we give him this much, another player is going to act like Virgil van Dijk soon. Is going to ask for that much, or I don't know, Jordan Henderson is going to want a bit more than like what he's on right now. A Sadio Mane. So maybe they're looking at it from that point of view. But if you're Mo Salah right now, if you go out to the market right now, Jack, how many teams are going to want Mo Salah in their team?
Oh, everybody will want them.
Okay.
But the thing is, I think
I thought, first of all, everyone wants Mo Salah, but I thought Jack was going to be like, I'm not quite sure
No, seriously, like every team's going to want him, but you have to understand that if you've got a squad creation that has 2 or 3 top level right wingers, left wingers, whatever, have you got space financially to cover it? We know Barcelona's financial situation, right? We know Real Madrid, their main targets are not going to include Mo Salah. They're going to include Haaland and Kylian Mbappe. Apart from that, James, there's 2 other clubs that would be able, 3 maybe other clubs that would be able to afford him, Paris Saint-Germain and the Manchester clubs. There's no way in hell he's going to go to Manchester United. And if you think that Mo Salah is going to destroy his own career by going to Man City, who are the biggest rivals to Liverpool at the moment, you're crazy. So then what do we boil it down to? He's going to go to PSG to replace Mbappe. I think it's fascinating, because if it's such an easy conversation, best player in the league, maybe best player in the world, pay him his money, then why hasn't it happened? I just think it's so interesting. There's definitely more than meets the eye to this, James.
Bear in mind, I'm in the camp of Mo Salah wants $500,000, whatever he wants a week. Give it to him. Why? Because you've seen the productivity there. Your eyes don't lie. And every year from since Mo Salah has joined, he's gotten better. But people say his first season was out of this world, but he's kept consistency every single year. And you don't see the player dropping off anytime soon. I don't look at Mo Salah's attitude and be like, oh, he's going to have a year off, or like he's going to take a few. Nah, I see him wanting to carry on what he's doing, trying to win more leagues with Liverpool, or like whatever team he's at. He has that mindset right now of, maybe when I was younger, I didn't quite live up to the expectations, but I have the bull by the horn right now, and I want to squeeze as much as I can get out of it. And he is gonna do that. I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. And if I'm Liverpool right now, I just find it disrespectful, the fact that he has to talk and he has to mention that he wants this. He should already get it. because Liverpool fans adore him, the club adores him. Give him what he wants, even if it's not worth the overall for you guys financially. This guy has delivered enough to warrant a contract like that.
Also, this is his last big contract. He's gone about it in the most respectful, great way possible. In a great piece on GQ, I recommend people go and watch it. Maybe we'll pop it in the description for people to read. And also, the reason why I'm rooting for him so heavily in this kind of scenario, and the reason why I don't think he should ask for less, I think he should stick with what he thinks he's worth, because he probably is worth that. This is a good guy. This is a good guy. If you know anything about Mo Salah, you'll know where he puts his money. He puts his money in the right places. So for me, I'm with Mo Salah on this. I think he should stand firm. And I think that Liverpool Football Club and FSG, the American ownership, are in serious trouble of damaging their reputation here by letting the greatest player probably of this kind of current crop of Liverpool generation players go out the door, either for a big chunk of money, maybe this summer, or for free later.
But Jack, you must understand, when Liverpool signing Mo Salah for another 3 more years, they're not just signing Mo Salah the football player. You're signing Mo Salah the brand. This guy is this guy is the biggest Muslim sports athlete in the world. His fan base is ridiculous. If you sign Mo Salah, you basically signed the whole of Egypt. This is like as a brand, probably a Messi and Ronaldo probably are the only 2 footballers to have a bigger overall brand than Mo Salah. Mo Salah is huge. The fan base, it makes, to me, it's like, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer because you keep this guy and you keep everything around him, the aura around him. He is huge globally.
So James, we'll finish off in the way that we do usually with these videos. Obviously, you can take this from 2 different scenarios, right? And we've tried to kind of break that down as much as we can. If you're Liverpool, what do you do?
Simple. You give Mo Salah the contract he wants. If he wants $500,000, let it be. He's worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, look, even if I think the hierarchy, the managers, data analysts, you name it, right, don't think that Mo Salah is going to be worth that money when he's 33, 34 or whatever. I think the PR headache that you create if you let Mo Salah walk out the door while he's playing his best football in a year, 18 months time, is not worth it at all. Just pay the man his money. He's still going to deliver you probably like 20 goals and 20 assists for the next 2-3 years at least. So just like deal with it. It'll be fine. You'll probably win a Premier League. You might win a Champions League. Who knows?
But James, but also this last bit right here. If Mo Salah leaves, do you think Jurgen Klopp has enough in him to go through another rebuild with this Liverpool team and bring in a new crop of players? Because think about it right now. If Mo Salah leaves, you're going to look at players like Sadio Mane, probably thinking of, ooh, do I still have a place in this Liverpool team? Someone like Firmino. Jack, that's James, a lot to let go.
I'll be honest with you. I think they've been looking for a striker for a little while. Jota's already there, so you'd really only need to bring in whoever that striker is, right? And then also the replacement to Mo Salah. Now, those are big shoes to fill. But this is the point I'm trying to get across. If the Liverpool higher-ups and hierarchy think we can just sign somebody else, and if they can do a similar enough job for way, way less money, we're doing the money ball tactic. We're killing it. So, James, final question. You're Mo Salah. They're going to meet you kind of halfway. So they're not going to give you everything you want, but you're a little bit further down. What do you do?
I think if you're Mo Salah, Liverpool is the best thing that ever happened to you. And you would do your absolute best to stay put, because I don't think Mo Salah would go to any other place and find, I won't say the same productivity, but the same love and the same responsibility compared to what he gets in Liverpool.
But you say love and respect. That's only from the fans, because it's not from the club, because they're not giving you what you want, right? So my thing, James, and I'm glad we're going to end on a little bit of a disagreement. I'm quite happy with that. I would leave. I'm putting my kind of sword down here, and I'm saying, hey, this is what I want. This is what I think I'm worth. Look at my most recent season of production, right? Here's what I think I'm worth. You give me a penny less, I'm out the door. And I would get on the phone to my agent. I'd be in Paris. I'd be in Madrid. I'd be in Barcelona. And hell, even at that point, I'd probably feel disrespected enough. Maybe I'd be in Manchester. Maybe I'd be wearing sky blue. Who knows?
Sure.
Guys, let me know what you think. I know James and I have kind of touched on this as much as we can, that, you know, surely Mo Salah, you just give him what he wants, give him the contract extension. But let me know what you think. Is it that easy? Do you want to make sure that Salah, when he's 34, is being paid all this kind of money? Let us know in the comments. Drop a like on the video. We're really grateful for everybody getting us to 500 subs. And if you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. James, anything?